Hi folks, my name is Amrita Bedi and I'll be talking through the portion of Seb, Sharks and Fishes of the video. As we reach Seb's portion in the video, we have come to a typical 5.5-year-old's little space of creativity. He's a curious little 5.5-year-old boy, um, hugely simulated and stimulated by his environment. What we see immediately in that video is that he's sitting with his mother and putting together a piece of art, probably making a picture of a shark with lots of buttons and sequences. So it's a very sensory experience for him, lots of colors and shapes and ideas for him to explore. And he obviously, settles down on the topic of making a shark. He uses different colored buttons and sized buttons for different parts of the body of the shark. He has great spatial knowledge because he uses smaller buttons for smaller fish and represents the larger buttons for the larger fish. Um, he has a great curiosity about the anatomy of the fish and the sharks. We also see this whole freewheeling, experience of his, where he is able to connect the current activity that he's doing with a past activity that he has performed, which is he's probably watched the video of Disney's Finding Nemo, and he's able to relate um, to the shark character in that video and is immediately able to make that connection. Um, During this short video, we are exposed to a large number of aspects of Seb's development, um, not just language, but cognitive, physical, and emotional. Seb can use complex words and sentences in the right context, and he asks many questions and talks constantly, which is a direct EYLF outcome um, by the prescribed, if you look at the prescribed text from the ELF framework. He's obviously demonstrates a great hand, body, and eye coordination. He's able to, work very well with those fiddly buttons, and he has extremely advanced motor skills. He's a very self motivated little person, and we also see um, the scaffolding aspect on his mom's part, where she is not uh, constantly or overtly um, interfering with his activity, but gently guiding him and asking him questions. A typical uh, Vygotskian approach of the interactivist learning theory. From the interactivist learning theory, this takes me to my approach on what can be developed further for SEB's development and which approach would be ideal. In my view, I have resorted to the Montessori approach because it's very close to the Vygotskian approach of interaction and cognitive development. And if we adopt the Montessori approach of language development and physical development, emotional development, we can actually extend the current activity that Seb is doing um, and use all the typical Montessori tools from sandpaper letters or metal insets and alphabets, word cards, which are typical Montessori tools. And if we bring them into the current activity that Seb is doing and extend it, it would greatly enhance his development. Word picture association, sentence construction with the movable alphabet and word cards. I think another great idea would be to get a book of sharks and sea lives and encourage him to do reading and encourage his cognitive process, his inquiry, his sense of inquiry. And his sense of inquiry and the creative and critical thinking aspect directly links to the Australian curriculum. where they suggest that you pose questions to the children, um, identify and clarify the information ideas in a classroom setting, organize the process, make it orderly for them to be able to grasp it better, and let it click, and then they can run with it. So thank you so much.